What's up, Cinema Shogun here, and people always ask me, why do I have such an issue with the mainstream media? Why am I always calling out the mainstream media in my videos? Well, it's because I believe, in fact, it goes beyond belief, it's a fact, that the mainstream media is full of it. They are bogus, they are liars, they are deceivers. They will go to any extent necessary to make people believe whatever false narrative that they are spinning about whatever situation they are covering at the time. And this Johnny Depp trial is just the latest example of that. You know, this trial has been really entertaining. It's been very interesting. But what's even more interesting, at least in my opinion, is everything that's going on in the background and how the media is covering the story, watching AH fire her old PR team and hire a new one right before she takes the stand. And even though I thought that was a bad idea, it seems to be working out for her because the media shifted once again once she hired this new PR team. And we'll get into that in a moment. But just to give you a little bit of a backstory, the media, the mainstream media, Hollywood, you name it, they have been against Johnny for years. Ever since the situation started, they have been gas on the pedal all the way to the floor 100% against Johnny Depp this whole entire time until the last couple of weeks. I noticed a shift. Once Johnny took the stand, once these mainstream media outlets realized, hey, you know, the general public, they aren't buying our nonsense. We've been sitting here spewing lies for years. It's not working, and it's losing us customers. It's losing us viewers. It's losing us clicks. So now we're all going to pretend like we're kind of on Johnny's side. We're not going to commit to it, but we're going to put some pro-Johnny, articles out there. Not many, but I noticed a little shift. And don't get me wrong, they're not doing this because they had a change of heart. They're not doing this because they changed their opinion on the matter once new information was brought about. They're doing this because it's making them more money. They realized that they were hurting themselves too much by being anti-Johnny Depp, so they tried to pro-Johnny Depp it up a little bit, and I'm sure it worked out in their favor, but now they're shifting right back to going fully against Johnny. But today they stooped to a new low. Today, I kid you not, the New York Post literally photoshopped a fake tear on AH's face. I wish I was kidding, but the New York Post put out an article today, and in that article, on the front of that article, it's always a big picture. The picture is what tries to bring you in. If the headline isn't catchy enough, the picture will bring you in. Where on this picture, you see this tear slowly rolling down AH's face, but it never happened. The tear is fake. They literally went in and added a Photoshop tear because AH couldn't make herself cry yesterday. And I am pissed off about this a little. I'm not going to lie. I did not sit here for 8 hours yesterday watching this freaking trial just for these people to Photoshop some fake stuff on Amber's face. I did not sit here and watch this trial for 8 hours watching AH literally try to strain a fake tear out of her freaking eyes. And it was unsuccessful. It was totally unsuccessful. Out of the entire time that we watched her on the stand yesterday, she attempted time and time again. And I mean, you could see it. You could see her visually, like contorting her face, trying to cry, but she could not produce a tear. But guess what? The New York Post produced it for her. AH couldn't make a fake tear, so guess what? The New York Post did it for her, and this is an all-time low. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example of why you should never trust the mainstream media. If these people will literally Photoshop a fake tear on someone's face during a trial, then what else do you think they will lie about? What other photos do you think they will dock? This right here makes me question all of the little bruise photos that AH is showing. Never mind the fact that AH is saying that she got her face stomped in and she was covered in cuts from glass And then she shows a photo of a tiny bruise on her arm. What the hell? I don't even believe those photos anymore. Okay? your PR team, get it together. You got people out here photoshopping pictures of you fake crying. They literally added a fake tear to your face. We have the photos of you without the tears. We know that there were no tears there. So how do you think this is going to make you look when the mainstream media is adding Photoshop to literal court pictures? Court pictures. These people photoshopped a court picture. This should be against the law if you ask me. Honestly. Just really think about it. If they will stoop this low, if they will do something as small and minuscule and as shady as this, then what else are they doing, people? They're lying to you all about everything. Hopefully, people start waking up. You know, I had to wake up a while back and realize that all of this stuff that the mainstream media is spreading, not just about this case, but about literally anything in general, most of it's bogus BS. It's all just propaganda. I don't even want to get into it because that's a story for another day. But as far as this case goes, I feel like this is despicable. This is absolutely despicable. And on Cinco de Mayo, of all days, on Cinco de Mayo, they pull this nonsense. We're supposed to be celebrating. I got my cervezas. I'm about to go buy some tequila. And they're pulling this nonsense. Fake tears. Fake Photoshop tears. The New York Post should literally be ashamed of themselves. They should go out of business. They should live in exile for the rest of their days. Whoever went and did this, are you getting paid enough? Are you getting paid enough to just ruin your credibility? Do you really feel like this is morally and ethically right? Like this is the right thing to do? That this is cool? You could not pay me enough to go and doctor court photos to make a fake victim look more like she's a real victim. And if she was a good enough actress, she could have made her own tears and we wouldn't be here right now. She literally could not create her own tears, so the New York Post created them for her. But as I was mentioning earlier, has this new PR team. And just when I thought, or just when it appeared that the media and a lot of media outlets, a lot of news outlets, some were starting to be more pro Johnny Depp, and some of them were starting to take a more neutral role, as opposed to how they were just anti-Johnny Depp for years. And I was noticing that. But once got rid of her old PR team and brought this new PR team in, these headlines, these articles, they're coming out. This PR team is working directly with the New York Post. They're working directly with these different media outlets. They're all in cahoots together. They're all part of the same movements. They're all these weird, creepy, like straight up activists, if you will. They're like activists, okay? All of these corporations, they've been taken over and they're run by activists, weird activists who think men can get pregnant and think the Me Too movement is the best thing since sliced bread. They think that only women can be victims and men always are the ones in the wrong. And you name it. These are some radicalized, I don't even know what to call them, okay? I'll just say what I want to call them, okay? Just know they aren't the nicest, best people in the world, but they're all in cahoots. They all work together. And I was telling you all that for a long time now, even on older cases that we tackled. I try to tell you all, like, sometimes people try to separate, like, all right, this is, with this situation, people try to separate and the media, and AH's team and the media, when it's all together. They're all just one big conglomerate that's here to distract you, that's here to just ruin our society, if you will. So this PR team, they're working directly with some of these media outlets, and now the articles, they're rolling in. They're rolling in. And it's funny because, or it's not funny, but it's weird when you think about it, that when you think about the fact that this lawsuit is all over this one news article that came out. And now, and how that news article that came out damaged Johnny's career, but now we have thousands of news articles coming out that could damage Johnny's career. And most of them are fake. You could tell that is winging this. I will say that she's doing a better job than she was yesterday. Today is day 2 of her testimony. but she's just creating new stories on the fly. It just looks terrible. It looks terrible, and she's going to need help. And the New York Post has her back. I can guarantee you that. They created a fake tier for her already. Who knows what they'll do next? But I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you on the next video.